We said goodbye to our friends on Avitrice who headed north. As I needed to return to Canada for work, Happy Seas sailed west with Island Girl back towards Georgetown where my flight departed. When I scheduled this 1 week of work, I didn't realize that the logistics of weather watching and air travel would put our cruising itinerary back an entire month.
Good morning, Tuesday, March 28th. We are heading out of Calabash Bay. There's a very beautiful beach, very beautiful bay there, but weather conditions dictate that we should probably make our way back towards Great Exuma Island. Our plan is to go to Moriah Harbour today at Moriah National Park. We are going across the sound right now along with Island Girl. This is one of the rare instances where we actually have our cruising code 0 out. We're doing 7 knots in 12 knots of apparent wind. There's Island Girl, they're doing 5.8 knots, which is pretty respectable as well. This is what our Code 0 looks like, not completely trimmed up, but a nice big sail. The Code 0 looks pretty much like the jib, but as you can see, the Code 0 is actually in front of the jib, in front of all of the rigging and hardware, and is a bigger sail than the jib, so it catches more wind. This is what I like. Do you like this, Shannon?
Yeah, I like it nice and smooth. That's all I really care about.
We've got a Code 0 out. Wind speed is about 16 true. We're going 8.7 knots speed over ground, which is excellent. About the same speed over water, reaching 9 knots at some point. So this is a really fast sail. On the edge of where we should put our Code 0 down from what we've heard from other people.
Yeah, because it's getting windy, so.
Seems like it's getting windier, although the forecast says it's going to die. We can always put the Code 0 back out again if we need to. Code 0 is down. It was actually a little bit of work to bring it in, get my exercise in for the day, some arms and back work, but now we have our jib out. Surprising to me, our speed over ground has not changed too much. We're still going 8 knots, so maybe about half to 1 knot a little slower.
Back at Great Exuma Island, we visited Moriah Harbour, one of the most beautiful anchorages and prettiest beaches we've been to.
Driving, good work. Sarah, are you tired?
I have a mansion.
I need a happier face. Cheese.
Moriah Harbour, I would say this is probably definitely one of my favorites. places that we've been. The beaches are beautiful. The sand is so soft. The water is so clear, turquoise blue. It's completely sandy on the bottom, fairly shallow.
Returned to Georgetown, but as all of the cruisers we knew there had moved on, it was not the same place we had left.
Today we are going to be derusting. It's a very good day because we are on a boat and it's very hot in the sun, but since it's windy, the wind will cool us down.
There's a lot of work living on a boat, isn't there? Being on the salt water, there's rust all over the place. We gotta get on top of it, clean it off before it leads to further damage, and keep our boat looking clean.
So when you live on a boat, you're gonna buy something called Blitz. It removes all rust because when you're on a boat, you get a lot of rust. This is what it looks like.
Gets rid of rust, restores paint, it says, and it seems to work pretty well at getting rid of rust, doesn't it?
You only need a little bit for some rust.
Okay.
But on your shroud, you might need more because our shroud is pretty rusty.
Don't turn the toothbrush on or it will sprain your eyes.
That's true. Sierra also helped with derusting, didn't you?
Trying to catch up on videos, and you spend at least a couple hours in the morning and a couple hours at night every day.
No time for Netflix.
No, it is. Gotta have time for Ted Lasso.
No.
What?
No.
Did you have Apple TV?
No, we just have Netflix and Disney.
Oh, okay.
Who's winning?
I don't know. She could go here or here.
After a quick reprovision, we went north to Lee Stocking Island for a few days. We saw a geyser of a blowhole at Boise Key and fulfilled a promise to Sierra at White Bay that we would visit pigs friendlier than the ones at Staniel.
Go find it this time.
Oh, I saw it.
Did you catch it on camera?
Yep. It's cool. Yeah, keep the starfish in the water so it doesn't.
I found some stuff in the sand. This grass
Yeah.
Like, let me see. Oh yeah.
How's the sail today?
It's pretty wavy.
We're heading from Monument at Georgetown up to Lee Stocking Island. That's our intended destination. And once again, we find the wind directly against our back. In fact, there is little wind today. It is 14 knots, but definitely more waves than wind, which is causing rolling once again.
I think it's probably easier on the hardware. Probably use a little bit of speed. That's the trade-off.
So there are a couple of options that you can do in this case, but I think of all the options, this is the one we're going with. You can change the angle of your sail so that you sail more upwind, and that would give you maybe a bit faster speed and keep the boom out to the side, but that would take you away from your intended destination, so it makes the trip longer. And then you'd have to do a jibe to where you want to go. The other thing would be to take the mainsail down altogether and just have a head sail or a spinnaker or a nice downwind sail. You don't have a spinnaker, which would be pretty nice right now. The other option would be to consider going further out into the sound and see if the waves are not as high or the period is a little bit longer out there, but I think it is probably going to be the same all the way out. We're doing okay right now, between 5 and 6 knots. Our time to destination is probably 3 to 3.5 hours if we're going to go all the way up to Lee Stocking Island, so I think we're okay. One other option would be to go wing on wing, but that takes a bit more concentration in case there's an accidental jibe. Are you not feeling so good? All right, gravel, some ginger ale, sit out at the front, see if you feel better.
I think I get less seasick when I'm chewing and when I'm full, because it has my stomach to focus on something.
Here's Dire Straits coming in.
Hi, Keith. Good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Nice little sail down for rudder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the winds looked good.
Very nice.
She tells us when we want to play the wave, she makes it so all we get is an inch of water.
Maybe it's dangerous over there.
She won't let us go any closer than just this much water, as deep as we can go.
Oh, nice.
Daddy wants to take it somewhere running from
Distracted. That's what you used to say. Distracted beam. Okay. Let's take a selfie of the beam. Ready? 3, 2,